I think I can be bitchy. I don't know that I'm a bit.
Sophie Cunningham's wave of unexpected moments lit up the internet. Everyone is more alluring than the last. Her posts have generated a flurry of likes, discussions, and even unexpected accolades, ranging from lighthearted courtside antics to off-duty charm that melted timelines. What, though, is the charm that draws admirers to every step she takes? Is it pure genuineness, strategic brand genius, or something much more unexpected? There's little doubt that this narrative is far more than just a viral post. And that's only the beginning. The Sophie Cunningham effect is when fines become wealth. There was a $500 fine at first. This type of penalty is intended to sting, caution, and calm a player. However, it served as gasoline for Sophie Cunningham's expanding fire. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 85% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already?
Great.
Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. A direct and unreserved TikTok post that was both humorous and frustrated about the WNBA's refereeing. Is it slow or foolish? It might be pointless. With 1.3 million views and a deluge of encouraging comments, the video became viral on the internet, transforming a disciplinary reprimand into yet another fantastic chance. It's not simply the backlash that should worry the WNBA. It's because they had committed the same expensive error twice this year. A few weeks prior, Sophie had already received a $400 punishment for defending Caitlin Clark, humiliating JCS Sheldon in the process. She was ejected at the end of that game, but it also sparked something more significant. Within hours, her jersey sold out. Her fan base on TikTok increased from 300,000 to more than 1 million. The Enforcer fans didn't realize they needed her until virtually overnight. Someone who is prepared to take a hit, get back up, and keep swinging. Any forward-thinking league would have recognized the pattern. Sophie was not silenced by finding her. She was magnified. She became a symbol and a focal point for fans who were upset over what they perceived as contradictory calls and unfair treatment. However, the WNBA doubled down rather of retreating. Sophie was experiencing her new rock star life in the weeks following her first fine. Her celebrity was growing well beyond the court, brand agreements were coming in, and mainstream interviews were piling up. But the on-court pattern persisted. Olivia Nelson-Oda of Connecticut elbowed her in the head. Whistle not. During a scuffle against the Sparks, she was seized by the neck. Not a call yet. Every time, she left injured but unfazed. The missed calls just made her voice more acerbic. Then everything was rekindled by the TikTok. Calling out the referees was a way to connect, not just complain. Fans thought she said what they were all thinking. And the WNBA replied with another fine on July 23rd, just like they did previously. Sophie's response was amused laughing. I have no idea why, but I find this amusing. Like, alright buddy, you got it. She didn't make fun of the money. She was realizing it was inevitable. Another fine would result in a viral moment, a surge in fan loyalty, and an increase in her market value. The numbers are self-evident. She gained 1 million new fans, made national news, and sold out products as a result of the first $400 fine. Fresh brand deals, an additional $700,000 in followers in only 3 days, and a second $500 fine. She has received millions in brand value and paid $900 in fines overall. The greatest return on investment in sports history, perhaps. Sophie is aware of it. It's great. It's amusing what people find attractive. She spoke with the assurance of someone who knows she's winning. One fine at a time, the WNBA might be supporting her ascent. But what if Sophie's fine was just the beginning and the WNBA enters uncharted territory with her next viral moment? Keep an eye out. The Carousel by Sophie Cunningham that went viral. Sophie Cunningham shared more than simply photos. She unleashed a powerful visual narrative that captivated the basketball community. The Indiana Fever star captured the essence of her season in a single Instagram carousel by fusing comedy, grit, and the unvarnished moments that give professional sports a human touch. The post didn't just catch fire. It went viral, garnering thousands of replies and a plethora of sincere comments, chiefly from teammates Lexi Hull and Caitlin Clark. The caption was straightforward, playful, and ideal for the brand. "Why is there so much noise lately?" The tone was set by that amusing statement. The hard grind and close-knit camaraderie of the Fever were captured in each picture as fans scanned through frame after frame. Never one to pass up the opportunity to stir things up, Caitlin Clark joked in the comments, "Some of my flicks made it huge," taking responsibility for a few of the highlights. With her own brand of encouragement, Lexi Hull got in and excited Sophie with contagious energy. People were frozen by the first image. Sophie was sitting by herself on a dimly lit team bus, staring at her phone while drinking juice right out of the container. Wearing a cozy WNBA sweatshirt, her passive posture conveys the weariness of frequent travel. It offers a personal, unglamorous look inside a professional athlete's day-to-day activities. Fans seldom get to witness this level of behind-the-scenes transparency. Once more, you'll be courtside. Sophie, wearing a striking red jersey from the Fever, is engaged in combat with Las Vegas Aces star Kelsey Plum. Her eyes are flaming as she dribbles, and every muscle is taut with concentration. In a high-stakes game, her purple sneakers make a striking statement against the court. Another image completely changes the tone. A blazing photo shows Sophie in the middle of an altercation with a referee, defiantly raising her arms while teammate Nalissa Smith intervenes to soothe her. The enthusiasm virtually hums off the screen as a sold-out audience roars behind them. An image of Sophie ascending airplane stairs while fully clothed in comfy clothing, with the jet and blue sky behind her, gives another hint to the travel grind. It's a single frame that captures the lifestyle of the next big metropolis. Then there's the lighter side, a humorous scene from Shoot-Around in which Sophie holds the ball in front of the camera while Caitlin Clark gestures to her, both of them smiling. Fans are excited about the developing dynamic, which combines true friendship with rivalry. The emotional pinnacle of the carousel, however, was a close team huddle with Clark, Hull, and the rest of the Fever roster on each side of Sophie. Their intense looks paint an image of harmony and a common goal. You can see ambition, leadership, and a fierce will to succeed in that single frame. It wasn't just a post on social media. It was a celebration of perseverance, hard work, and the development of a group discovering its voice. Sophie Cunningham wasn't only winning games, she had the support of Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hull at every turn. Online, she was winning the war on culture. How, therefore, did it transform from being a post, a declaration of resilience, solidarity, and defiance, to the twerk that was heard across the WNBA, igniting a storm even greater than Sophie's carousel? Remain glued. The WNBA was filled with the twerk. The Indiana Fever had recently defeated the Minnesota Lynx to win the Commissioner Cup. A very competitive game with the intensity of a playoff match. Naturally, Caitlin Clark, their biggest star, was in the spotlight. However, it wasn't Clark who took possession of the internet that evening. Sophie Cunningham was there. It happened in the aftermath of the festivities rather than on the court. The team was in high spirits, and an Instagram live stream reflected the atmosphere in the locker room. Players interacted in front of the camera with that mixture of relief and adrenaline that only follows a significant victory as laughter reverberated and music throbbed in the background. Then, almost without warning, Sophie was in the picture. It wasn't an address. The routine wasn't choreographed. Only a few carefree moments. Sophie turned, gave a brief twerk, and vanished from sight just as quickly as she had appeared. The impact was instantaneous, even though the entire cameo could only have lasted a blink. With the title, Sophie Cunningham Twerking After Winning the Cup, Brick Center, a well-known sports content account, captured the scene and shared it on what was once Twitter. The post quickly went viral. In a matter of hours, it received more than 1.5 million views, innumerable shares, and enthusiasts analyzing every frame of the event. But it wasn't simply the twerk that made the clip so magical. It was the wild, unadulterated excitement that surrounded it. You can hear friends and teammates talking over the music during the entire Instagram live. Still buzzing from the wind, Sophie yells, Don't say that it's a school night, please. She then looks over the comments and smiles. Hey, if you're one of my friends and you're on here, comment, miss you. I'm not sure if any of my pals are present. When she recognizes a name, her focus changes.
Whoa, dude.
Natasha. The intensity increases. Off-camera voices encourage one another, with one teammate supporting her. The gals went nuts tonight, guys. Baby, get over the fence.
Come on.
TC, hurry up.
Give it a shake.
That's the moment Sophie takes center stage. A chorus of wow, 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 and eruptions of clapping greeted her twerk. It's unadulterated, absurd, and wholly human. A glimpse of the euphoria that fans seldom experience after a game. The atmosphere persists even after she moves out of frame. Sophie continues to speak to herself and the stream in equal measure. Bree, I miss you. I wish you were present. Then, almost as an afterthought. Oh no, I am aware. To get on, I had to text my buddies. It all feels like a house party in the midst of a championship. It struck a chord with so many people because of its sincerity. In a league where viral moments are generally polished highlight clips or orchestrated celebrations, Sophie's brief, unpolished contribution struck out. It has nothing to do with performance or branding. It was about excitement, personality, and letting supporters see into the unguarded, unedited side of triumph. She also transformed a cup victory into a cultural snapshot in a matter of seconds. The WNBA won't soon forget it. However, Sophie pulled the just rolled out of bed post just when it appeared that her viral streak had crested. Was this the point at which her internet fame became unstoppable? Stay with us. The post that went viral on the internet after it was simply rolled out of bed. Sophie Cunningham once again demonstrated to the world on the morning of July 24th, 2025, why she is more than simply an exceptional guard for the Indiana Fever. She is an expert at capturing people's attention. She transformed what could have been a disposable selfie into a cultural talking point in a single post on X, formerly Twitter. She appeared effortlessly radiant in the picture while wearing a clean white outfit. There are no extravagant set pieces or studio lighting, just Sophie staring at the camera with a confidence that challenges you. But the tone is established by the caption. I don't look like this when I get up, and I'm sick of being petted. Clearly, dummies, I just rolled out of bed. It was bold, cheeky, and unabashedly Sophie. The internet went crazy. In a matter of minutes, humorous, snarky, and enthusiastic responses poured in. Some admirers were astounded by her flawlessness. Sophie Cunningham could have saved the Titanic, someone joked. She could end all wars, said another. We must replicate her. The level of humor continued to rise. I've been there when she wakes up in the morning, and I can confirm this is true, said someone who claimed to know her directly. The thread turned into a comedy show mixed with admiration. Others mocked the perfect presentation and moved toward lighthearted skepticism. One user said, must be nice waking up in full contour, hairspray, and heels, and another agreed in jest. First thing in the morning, too. Yeah, that's totally me. However, there was a strong consensus whether or not they believed her. The numbers showed the same thing, and everyone was amused. Sophie's online presence is equally as important as her on-court performance, as seen by the post's record-breaking 2 million views and tens of thousands of likes. This wasn't the season's first time she went viral. Far from it, but it served as yet another poignant reminder of her talent for fusing personality, humor, and self-assurance into memorable content. Sophie's unpredictable nature contributes to her appeal. For a week, she is the tough one-on-one court enforcer who is devotedly defending her teammate Caitlin Clark. She then made headlines for a post that straddles the boundary between pure comedy and lighthearted narcissism. Fans are captivated by the blend. I'm never sure what she'll do next, but I'm always confident it will be entertaining to watch. There was more to her moment of rolling out of bed than just the picture. It was about the tone, the swagger, and the carefree way she lets people into her world without masking the edge that made her so unique. Because of this, her passion doesn't seem to be waning as the season progresses. For Sophie Cunningham, becoming viral is an artistic endeavor rather than a coincidence. And on July 24th, she demonstrated her mastery of it once more. And just when you thought Sophie had reached the pinnacle of her viral success, a court interruption completely changed the course of events. Was this chaos the most memorable thing she had ever experienced?
Keep an eye out.
Sophie Cunningham's on-court interruption brought her back into the public eye. In a stressful WNBA game, it was meant to be just another free throw. Everyone in the arena was staring at the gunman. Then the peace was suddenly broken by turmoil. A tiny, swift, and surprising object flew from the stands and touched down on the court. It appeared to skid across the hardwood after grazing a player, according to the camera perspective. As the referees stopped play and looked for the cause, confused murmurs echoed through the audience. Fans in the vicinity of the incident reacted quickly, pointing to the area where the object originated. While commentators struggled to understand what they had just witnessed, security turned their focus. In a league where intensity is expected and emotions run high, this was different. A disturbance that went too far. Sophie Cunningham can help with this. She has been close to similar incidents before. In reality, she had addressed the escalating issue on X, formerly Twitter, a few days prior. She sent out a sharp, nonsense message to supporters worldwide when another object was thrown onto the court during a different game. Give up hurling them onto the court. It was classic Sophie, straightforward, unvarnished, and unwilling to overlook something just because a few poor performers had normalized it. She had personally witnessed the potential risk. Someone on the floor could sustain a serious injury as a result of a moment's carelessness from the stands. And now it had occurred once more with absolutely uncanny timing. Suddenly, her warning seemed more like a premonition than a casual plea. Clips of the event went viral on social media. As they watched the video again, fans argued over what had been thrown and whether it was deliberate. Some commended Sophie for speaking up prior to this incident, describing her as the kind of voice the league needs, someone who is prepared to prioritize safety over spectacle. Others acknowledged that until they witnessed the issue in real time, they hadn't given it much thought. The situation became even more viral due to the timing of everything. When her tweet from a few days ago reappeared, thousands of people shared it along with the new video. The story wrote itself. Everyone had been warned by Sophie Cunningham. Here was the evidence. Being correct in the viral sense wasn't important to Sophie. It had to do with establishing limits in a sport she enjoys, defending the integrity of the game, her opponents, and her teammates. However, given the nature of the internet, the incident turned into yet another facet of her expanding reputation. Not only as an intense rival on the court, but also as someone who won't hesitate to call things out. Ultimately, the item was taken out, the game continued, and play resumed. However, the event continued to circulate online, appearing in sports discussion segments, reply threads, and highlight reels. Sophie Cunningham was in the heart of a viral event once more. This time, for using a brief interruption as a rallying cry. Now, how can a little interruption become a rallying cry and create the conditions for Sophie to steal the show with her pre-game look? This is something you will not want to miss. The standout pre-game look. Sophie Cunningham had already declared her own triumph on Tuesday night before the Phoenix Mercury and Atlanta Dream, even on the pitch. This one is located in the arena tunnel. Fans often refer to Sophie as the WNBA's unofficial Fashion Hall of Fame. Sophie is well known for her unabashed demeanor and an online presence as sharp as her game. She did not enter the room sporting a statement piece full of accessories or an ornate designer outfit. Rather, she went with a seemingly straightforward but immediately memorable choice. A huge crew neck sweater of Kobe Bryant. It had a leg-bearing silhouette that was both comfortable and provocative since the fit was loose enough to blur the distinction between top and dress. It was the ideal mix of athleticism and style, a casual but somewhat edgy appearance. With the Lakers legend's face emblazoned over the front of the huge sleeves, cameras captured every step she took as she entered the building. It was not only a style decision. It was a tribute to brilliance. It was more than just fashion to wear Kobe. It has to do with directing a mindset. Sophie has consistently shown both on and off the court. Her admirers took notice right away. In a matter of minutes, the pictures went viral on the internet, igniting a new surge of admiration for her ability to stand out in a league full of celebrities. Comments flooded in, complimenting her flawless execution of the look as well as the appearance itself. One admirer said, "That is a winning look," echoing many others. It is no coincidence that Sophie is becoming known as a fashion icon. She has a talent for balancing purposeful statement with easygoing ease. Her selections are always genuine and never forced, whether it is an Instagram picture dump or an outfit for a post-game interview. Her social media following continues to grow in large part because of her sincerity. Not everyone is just skimming through her content. They are keeping an eye on her, exchanging information, and anticipating her next move. This most recent pre-game moment was no different. Not only did the enormous crew neck draw attention in the tunnel, it turned into yet another event that fans could share and discuss about. The expression sent a message. An elite athlete honoring one of the best basketball players while preparing to produce her own highlights. And Sophie Cunningham's problem is that she knows that presence counts, whether she is making a big statement in a game, posting something on social media that goes viral, or, like tonight, nonchalantly reinventing the tunnel walk. Sophie makes sure her steps are worth watching at a time when every step may be content. For most supporters, the game had not yet begun when the ball was tipped. Sophie, however, had already secured her moment. What do you think, then? Is Sophie Cunningham rewriting the WNBA rulebook with daring plays, courageous moments, and elegance, or is she simply enjoying her viral fame? Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave your opinions in the comments section below.